Hey guys, so today I'll be replacing this stock unit on this '07 Santa Fe. I'll be installing a Android double DIN from Seikan. So first we'll remove the stock radio so we can get the one in. So in this one, what I want to do is come into the vehicle here. We're going to pop this entire trim here piece off that wraps around the entire front here. So it goes from all the way here, goes into your ashtray and up into where the ignition key will go. So first, as I'll show you here, we'll remove this first. So take your panel removing tool. When you first do this, it's gonna be kind of tough, so you might think it'll break something, but all it is just clips all the way along. So first, let's start by popping this off. So as you can see, I already done mine here. And once you get that corner off, you can slowly pull each one back as everything goes. Before you remove it completely, you will need to remove a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, and the Phillips screwdriver or screw that you're looking for, so where the ignition is there, it's the bottom of that same panel. Once you remove it, you're gonna do this with your hand. Scrub the bottom here and pull out. Once that pops out, then you can just leave it the way it is. Let me reset the camera and I'll show you how to finish the rest. So once you got this trim piece gone off to the side, we can finish removing the rest of the trim here. So once we got most of it off here, what I'm going to do is, and the reason you're removing this because there's a lip here that this won't allow to come off. So once you got that, you keep pulling, a few more clips there, and that's how you remove it. So now we have done this. Let me move the camera over. You can see, you want to just grab this and angle it up and over your shift knob. There is a small harness here on this side, as you can see here. I'm not sure if you can see it there, and that's for the ashtray light. So there's a clip on the side of it. Just press it down and remove it. There, right there is what you need to remove. So we'll set this off to the side. And now we're gonna get the radio out. Now to get the radio out, we're gonna need Phillips here, as well as let me angle the camera. At the top here, depending on the model that you have, this has a little storage compartment at top. Depending on the sound system you have, you may have a speaker here. But to remove this one, there's two Phillips here. So simply remove those. Then once you got those removed, simply slide up and out. So remove that one. Now again, for the radio itself, we need to get behind the vents. So again, remove these two Phillips here. Off to the side. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong ones. Need to move these ones here, the outside ones, not the inside ones. That one's for your climate. So let's replace this one. We don't need that one. We need the outside one. Okay, once we got those removed, what we're gonna do is with your panel removal tool or flat screwdriver, go right underneath it there and just pull forward. Now I already disconnected my battery because there's the air vent sensor up here, or sorry, the airbag sensors up here. So make sure you unplug your battery when you're doing all this. When I just pull forward and just slide forward. Now there is the three here for the front rear defrosters as well as your hazard lights. So there's the bottom here. So this one here is on the top. We gotta remove all three of them. Let's start with the top one actually. So on the top one, I'm gonna do this one here on the side. This one is located at the bottom, and this one's on the side as well. Get it off. Okay, so we got that off. Now set to the side. To remove the radio itself, 4. There's 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. So let's remove those. Okay, now that we got all 4 screws out, we're gonna just grab the radio and slide her forward. Okay. Then we'll unplug the back. We've got the antenna on the right hand side. There's your antenna. Then we'll remove the connectors to the radio. Once I get them off, I will show you how to remove these ones actually. There's 1 and there's 2. So let's slide that old radio out. I'll show you here. So to remove these ones, there will be this blue clip that's inside like this, and that won't allow you to press down on the tab to remove the connector. So you have to do is just slide that back as so. So what I usually do is with my removal tool, I just go into the side and slide her up, and that allows you to press down and remove. So again, this one is a basic system, so it's only got the 2 connectors. So these 2, and then of course your antenna. So now we got the radio out. Let's take this, because to install the new one, I'll show you what it looks like. I need to remove these 3 defrosters and the hazard lights, as well as the vents and the clock / airbag sensor. So let's take this inside and we'll continue on. So here is the original ones. So we'll swap that over first. So 4 things you gotta do is on the one here, which is the rear defroster. They'll have just clips or tabs holding them in place. And also you have to do is just press up and in on them and slide them forward. So there's 1. These ones here are on the side. And this one, give it a good press. So there's that one, and then we'll do the last one, and same thing, just push and slide forward. Now for the vents, we do have to remove some screws here. So there's 1 here, 1 here, and top one here. So there's 3 of those, and a few clips. For the sensor here, we got a few screws as well. So there's 1, 2, 3 of them, and that should come off. So let's do the vents, swap them over, and we'll continue on. All you gotta do is line up the tabs on all 4 sides to the ones already built into the unit, and it's actually fairly easy to do. So you just gotta, of course, line them up. Make sure you got the right side for each vent, of course, and then just gotta go in there and slide them in, and just guide it, make sure that they're lined up properly, and put them into place. And there you go. That's how easy they go in. Okay, now that we got the radio all put together, I'm gonna come back and start installing things. One thing you will notice is have less space, because even with the factory radio, doesn't give you very much room here, but the harnesses should come right down here. So what I'm gonna do is install the main harness first. Because again, you can try not to hold the radio and then trying to plug things in at the same time. So I'm going to grab our main connectors here first, and again they will only go on one way. So I know this one here connects for the power and ground and whatnot. So make sure that you slide the little blue tab back down to make sure it doesn't come loose. It shouldn't come disconnected, but just always do that anyways. Then the next one, of course, is our speaker harness. Something should go right into place and lock it in. These are the connectors mine uses. Again, depending on yours, they will come different plugs. The very nice thing about Seikan is they do include everything, all your harnesses, whether it has factory Bluetooth or navigation. They're basically plug and play. That's what I really like about them. Anyways, we got the main harness here. We'll just grab these ones here and just tuck them towards the back here, so they're kind of out of the way. So that's our main harness there. This one, of course, is for the radio and whatnot, or the clock, I should say. Then our heart and our antenna. The other ones here, of course, are 3 plugs. So what we want to do is plug these ones in first, because you kind of have to hold the radio up and then slide it in. Keep in mind on these tabs here, line up your vents to those, and then the new radio will slide right in. Of course, factory, you remember there was brackets for these ones. You won't be using those this time around. The radio sits in there just fine, and then the brackets hold everything nicely in place. So we got everything in here. The next thing we will do is our GPS, and for that we're gonna go right up in here, and I'll try to zoom in as best I can to kind of show you where I'm placing the GPS puck. So just back here, I'm sure you can see it from there. Let's see. Cannot get this thing going. I should pick it up. If you go right in here, right in this slot here, you want to be under plastic. So I'm gonna slide mine just up in there, and then just silicone it to the back here. There's some plastic pieces back there. So that's the spot I will be using for the GPS puck. So let me run that and I'll show you where I put it. Okay, so like I said about the GPS puck, I'll give you a better view here with the camera of the tripod. You can follow the wire there. As you can see, the GPS puck is right there. So it'll be right here, as you can see, between both the cubby hole here. So just go put your hand right between here and just slide her up. And the spot where it's at, just wedge it right up against both the bottom and the top plastic pieces there. I shoved it right in there. No need to strap it down with anything. It's wedged right in there, so it shouldn't come off of there. So that's where our GPS puck will be at. So again, we got our other harnesses done. So let me get the microphone. Let's route that one up and we'll continue on. Okay, so now we got everything in as we've said. I'm gonna start plugging things in here. So essentially, I'm gonna take my GPS puck, or my GPS connection anyways, and screw that on here. This one you can just do finger tight. You don't need to over tighten it. So there's that. We got the connection here, of course, our 2 USBs. So I'm gonna take this off and connect to the microphone. So then I left just enough slack for that for all these things to connect. I'm not sure why this is not going in there. I'm not sure what the deal with here is, but that should be, there it goes, a little bit tight I guess. So there's the microphone. These auxiliary I won't be using yet, but I have them in here anyways. have the reverse camera, as I will be doing a video install of that later on, and our two USBs. Now since we got our cubby hole here on, I'll do an update later on to see how you can run those, but you can also run them, just if you run them here to the right hand side, you gain access to your glove box to be able to run them through there, or you can find any other spot. But for the time being, I'm gonna just run them over here, as I said, into the glove box, and I'll show you that afterwards. But let's get everything else in here plugged in first. So we got GPS block. Then we'll do our main harness. And that should click right into place. There's that. And then the last few things, I guess we'll just put them up here, because it does get a little bit messy with the wires. But let me plug everything else back in. That should be straightforward. I'll slide it in, and then we'll go from there. So there we got everything tucked neatly back inside, as I just showed you there. So everything's nice and clear, nothing's gonna get pinched. Of course, just slide it into place and wiggle it in, and it should click into place like that. One and then the other, and that's that. So now it's clicked in place. You can see it's not gonna go anywhere there. Of course, we'll be replacing all the screws here on both sides. Then we'll do the cubby hole here. As I mentioned before, I ran my USBs here to the glove box. It's a little bit tricky. You just gotta again go to the side, and what you have to do is kind of close your glove box to get your hand in there, to get enough opening for you to slide those in there, and then so you can tuck those, of course, into your glove box. That's for your music, videos, any other connection you want to make. When you do close it, however, you'll feel a little bit of tension on there as it's tight. But what I'm going to do later on is there's a cover here that you can get access to. So you can see there's a screw there for it. So I'll be able to take that down and make a better opening for these cables here. But for the time being, that works. So again, we got everything plugged on here onto the radio. So I will plug in my battery and we'll give it a test. Remember to always plug this back in before you do your battery, otherwise your airbag light will come on. So anyways, we got everything plugged in. Let me do the battery and we'll test it out. Alright, so now here's the unit all powered up. When you first boot it up, should be about 5 seconds or so, give or take, for it to boot up. But once it does, well, right now it's showing you that, but that'll be your home screen. So it'll show you a clock. Normally it will show you the radio, or whichever source you're playing. Right now, because I'm playing the music of the USB, which you can do that with. So that's a widget off of there, but you can go straight to your music player there, and it'll show you that. So that's the music player. Press the home button. These are the shortcuts that I have. Of course, you can scroll over and find anything that you need. So let's do a quick video, for example. Not really a video, but I can't show anything else because of copyright, of course. Then you have your radio, of course. Then you can do your presets here. And it, of course, it'll show the name of the station if they do have one. It'll show them on there even though you're not on that specific station. We'll try our navigation here, and since it's already set up through my Wi-Fi, so I'm here right next to the house, so I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. Shows that 2 USBs connected, of course. I haven't done my Bluetooth yet, but it's already picking up where I'm at. I press the home button again. Of course, with that one you can close everything all at once, whatever you have open. So to replace these ones here, these icons, let's say I want to replace the navigation, you just press and hold, and then I want to use the audio video input, for example, to change that over. You know, so you can change those 6 as you wish. Whatever you wanted to have as your main shortcuts and whatnot for easy access. So I'll go put my navigation back on there. Of course, you can change it to whatever you like. So yeah, that's how it's all working. It's all working great. I've yet to set up my hands-free, so I'm not going to be testing that right now. But everything else is working just fine. So yeah, that's how I install this unit on an 07 Santa Fe. I'll be placing the link to Seikan's website along with the model number for this specific unit. So you can check this one out, or a unit that will fit your vehicle. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. Thanks for watching.